Peace, family. Peace to everybody. Everybody in the building. Thank you for your patience as usual. We about to get started with another magnificent show. Got the legend Billy Carson with me. And before I bring the brother on, as usual, we're gonna get to some commercials and we'll be right back, family. All right. So get comfortable. Hit the like button. Amazing show. Tell your friends and family. That's also important. Telling your friends and family the ones you care and love about, because if this is helping you, then most likely it can help them as well. Um, be a shout to everybody in the building. I see all of y'all. All right. Let me see who I see out here. Mr. Zeno. That's a regular. All right. Everybody else. Oh, Jay's Fit Life Plant-Based Quickies. She's a regular, or he's a regular. I'm not. Joy's. I'm not. Yeah, I said Joy. I said the name wrong. Cosmic Royalty. Shout out Cosmic Royalty. And everybody else. All right, let's get to a commercial. We'll be right back, family. Okay.
Hey everyone, Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. We have an amazing workshop coming up called the Blueprint for GodPower, hosted by Dr. B. Serious and myself, Billy Carson. Now, this event is going to be January the 7th. We're going to kickstart the new year with a lot of power and a lot of energy. You're going to get all the spiritual gnosis and understanding you need to get through the year. Plus, I'm going to bring hot topics and teachings, things like how to create your own bank, how to set up a will, trust, and a testament for your family the proper way, what types of life insurance policies should you choose, and how you can utilize that to fund projects and businesses in the future, and how you can even access the money in those policies if you're still alive. I'm going to talk about a lot of financial literacy and how to link financial literacy with spiritual knowledge. This is something you don't want to forget. And I'm also going to dig deep into epigenetics and how you can begin to reprogram yourself live during the workshop and change and edit your own DNA. If you want to have an amazing 2023, you need to come on and tune into the live workshop streaming online globally, Blueprint for GodPower, January the 7th. Click the link and make sure you register ASAP. Space is limited. Peace.
Like that music, Billy. That sounds like an old Dre beat or something. That piano.
That's a super classic West Coast tune.
Yeah. Great sound to it. Family, let me put the link before we get started to the workshop in the chat. Shout out to everybody who already signed up. There's been one addition to the workshop. We are starting at 11 o'clock instead of 12. So for everybody who signed up, we will be starting an hour earlier because Dr. B Serious, he really wants to get it in. So if you haven't signed up, y'all don't know with these with Zoom and these platforms, there's limited bandwidth, it's limited space to hold and contain so many people. What's that called, Billy? Bandwidth or something? What is that?
Yes, bandwidth. So, they'll allocate a certain amount of bandwidth to you for an event, for a live event. And when you get close to that number or go over that number, then you have to either decide, is it economical to pay for more or cut it off at a certain number?
Right, indeed. So I advise all of y'all to get your tickets early to be guaranteed a seat. Yes, it's online. It's online only. It's an online workshop. It's 9 hours. You heard what Billy said in the beginning. He's going to be discussing so many things in terms of finances, and not only finances. Billy does his thing when it comes to the spirituality as well, the quantum physics. He's going to be talking about epigenetics, something that's extremely important that we have to learn to tap into. So I advise everybody. I just posted the link in the chat, and right now, let me just pin it to the top. While I do that, could you tell the family what else you're going to be talking about, Billy, on January 7th?
Man, there's just so much. We're going to literally show in real time people how they can actually reprogram their DNA. We're going to go through the process step by step, interactively. And during the actual live event, we're going to start the process of clearing out past traumas from our DNA, rewriting DNA, and actually encoding ourselves the way that we want ourselves to be encoded and programmed, not by the way that we were programmed coming into this reality. So that's going to be huge. Also going to, sorry, I'm also going to be talking about how do you take the sacral chakra energy and convert that into crown chakra energy. A lot of people are failing at success in their life and failing at things in their life because they're operating purely and solely from the sacral chakra. And they haven't moved the energy up the meridians in their spine, up the kundalini into the crown, and begin to operate and think and move through this universe, through this matrix from the crown chakra. But how can you alchemically convert the energy? How can you move it up through the body and operate from the crown? So we're going to do that as well. And then, of course, all the financial literacy that people need, wills and testaments. What is that? Why? But not just, oh, I'm going to set up a will and a testament. Oh, I can just download that off of Google and fill this form out. No. It goes a lot deeper than that. It goes way, way deeper than that. If you want to really protect yourself and protect your family, and also, more importantly, protect your legacy. I give you a small tidbit. For my legacy fund and my trust and will, the way everything is set up. My kids, let's say something happened to me, right? And my time is up here in this dimension. Well, my kids and all my loved ones who are inside of my will, they don't just instantaneously get their divided amounts of monies. That's the way that people think it works. Oh, this person died and the policy is going to pay out X dollars. No, not if you're smart. See, I built a legacy, and I'm not going to let my legacy get pissed away because people in the family don't have financial literacy, never had a big sum of money before, don't know what to do with it. My grandkids are babies right now. What are they going to do with this money when they get their hands on it? You have to set things up in a specific way. There has to be rules and regulations. So, for example, my oldest son, he's 32. My oldest daughter is 31. My other daughter is 28. My other son is 26. My other son is 22. And my other son now is only 10. All right. So what happens here? Can a 22-year-old get $4 or $5 million and know what to do with it? He can only get that money if he comes to my financial literacy courses that I'm teaching at the house, private within the family. Every quarter of the year, I have one for the family only. The next thing is, he can't get that money if he has bad credit. You get no money. Because if you have bad credit, it's telling me what's going to happen to the money that you're going to get. My legacy is going to get pissed away. You have to have a specific credit score, or the money doesn't get transferred into your bank account. You can't be unemployed and looking for a job. You have to be gainfully employed or in your own business for at least 1 year with a tax return filed, because that's proof that you've been functioning and operating. If you're at 11 months and 29 days, you got to wait a whole nother full year again before it goes a full cycle to prove yourself. And you can't be living on somebody's couch. You got to be living in your own place or with your better half or somebody that you're building something with. But it has to be something that has your name on it. It can't be I'm sleeping on so-and-so cousin's couch or so-and-so friend's couch. I'm roommating with so-and-so. You get no money. You get nothing. And there's a lot more rules that go in, especially with the grandchildren. They just don't get money. When they get 18, they'll get a small amount, but then they got to reach a certain amount of accolades and guidelines and benchmarks before they can get more at the age of 21 and then more at the age of 25. There's a lot of rules you have to put in place, and I'm going to show people how to set this up the right way to protect their legacy. Otherwise, it'll be gone within less than one generation.
Man, yo, I'm super excited, Billy. I'm super excited for this class. You know, I just started building my family. My son is 4 years old, and I got to learn about a lot of this stuff. And that's important to me, legacy, and not just leaving something behind him, but making sure that, like you said, it just doesn't gets wasted within one generation. So yeah, that's real important. And man, I respect you a lot for that, man. Obviously, you tough on them, man. You tough on your kids.
Listen, I told my kids when I told all my kids when they was young, I'm not paying for your college. If you want to go to college, it ain't coming out. I'm not paying. I'm just not coming out of my pocket. You're gonna get an academic scholarship or an athletic scholarship or a combination of both, or fund it yourself, because I'm not paying for it.
Now, let me ask you,
Listen, they do this from the time they were in junior high school. I do not play when it comes to these kind of things, man. 4 out of the 6, one hasn't had a chance yet. He's only 10, but 4 out of the initial 5, they all qualified D1, Division I scholarships. And so, but you have to set these benchmarks for people. Otherwise, like I said, they're going to take everything for granted and piss everything away.
Now, let me ask you, why didn't you want to pay for the college? Because a lot of parents are so excited about the idea of their kids going to college. What was it about you that was like, I'm not paying for it?
I saw a lot of, a few friends that I had growing up that the parents paid for college. And I've now, over the years, met people that have gone to college and the parent funded the college, and they changed their majors 4 and 5 times. They, everything that they went to college for, they're not doing for a living. Some of these people are making, basic wages, low income wages at grocery stores and other kind of companies that have nothing to do with what they just literally took it for granted, because guess what? They had no skin in the game. When you have skin in the game, that's when stuff matters. Like when you pay for a workshop class, like the Blueprint for GodPower, you pay for that out of your own pocket. Then you have skin in the game. Now you're going to pay attention. Now you're going to take notes. Now you're going to click the rewind button and watch it over and over again. You're going to make sure you got the fundamentals down. You're going to make sure you execute. You're going to listen to all the plugs I give you. You're going to call these companies and write the information down. You're going to try to make this thing happen and make it a reality for yourself, versus where, it's a free workshop. Oh, just come on in here. And then you just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go take a piss 10 times during the show. I'm going to leave and go to the basketball court, come back, or turn on the NBA game, come back on, check the. You see, it's a different kind of mindset when you have skin in the game. So for my kids, they knew if that's a goal of yours, you're going to have energy is your skin. You're going to have energy, which is your skin in the game. And all that energy and all that training and all that everything else you're doing, it's going to go to waste if you screw up. Not if I screw up, if you screw up. And so setting that mindset early is, I set them up for success.
Man, that's brilliant, man. I can't say, especially to see a brother talk like this. We don't see that a lot. Shout out to the brothers that Earn Your Leisure. They're teaching a lot about financial literacy right now. And that's something that we don't have in our community. And I want to show you this right here real quick, Billy. By the way, family, once again, I advise, if y'all just heard the opening from Billy Carson, I swear, I advise all y'all to sign up for this workshop. I'm extremely proud of this workshop. The combination of him and Dr. B Serious is going to be phenomenal. I mean, for the financial and the spiritual information combined, phenomenal. Oh, and also for everybody who signs up tonight or who already signed up, I'm going to be emailing everybody the customer service number. So if you have it, so you only get that if you buy the ticket, because I'm not going to have all y'all just calling me just to, hey, brother Richard, hey, what's up? I just want to say hi. Or, you got to have skin in the game. Like Billy said, you got to have skin in the game. So for those who have skin in the game, you get the customer service number, because I know a lot of y'all want to interact with the humans. You're tired of just emailing all the time. So I'm going to give y'all a customer service number, and any problems, technical difficulties or anything, give that number a call. If I don't pick up, my staff will, but I will be emailing everybody tonight. The email will come from Eventbrite. So tonight, everybody will get the email tonight. Or if you sign up tomorrow, you get it tomorrow. The point is, I'm just going to start sending everybody the customer service number so everybody can make sure they're ready. If you didn't get the link, some people said they didn't get the link. You should have gotten it, but Eventbrite's going to send it several times by the time of the lecture. So you definitely get the link by the time of the workshop.
Absolutely. Make sure they check their junk mail folder too, or their spam folder. Sometimes Eventbrite may look like somebody's trying to, sell them events or something. So check all your folders on your email as well.
Another thing, somebody's asking, can you buy a ticket after the event? I'm not sure. I will advise you to buy now. You have until January 7th. I will advise you to buy it before January 7th. Even if you can't see it, you're going to have lifetime access to it. So it's just something that, instead of getting a pair of Jordans for Christmas, tell your girl or whoever buying them for you, hey, give me this workshop, baby, because I got to set up a will for little Ray and Taquan, and I'm gonna make sure we good, So it's an investment. It's definitely an investment, and it's the perfect time going into 2023. I want to show you something real quick, Billy, because this is and I'm not trying to put these brothers on the spot,
Mhm.
But this is important for us to see that this is something that just continues to happen in our community. Let me got all these damn ads in the computer now. So the rapper Offset recently passed away, and this made me think about you. I recently seen this,
Yeah.
and it said Takeoff passed away without a will, and his parents are now reportedly arguing over this from MSNBC.com, arguing over distribution of his assets. So allegedly, the story is that he was raised by his mother. That's the majority of us in the black community. I don't want to say majority. I'm sorry, but a lot of us, a lot of people that are raised by uh, only their mother. And allegedly he had an estranged father. He didn't have a good relationship with his father, but since his death, they're saying his father has stepped up and said, and is trying to acquire some of his assets. And this problem, Billy, man, shit. I don't know if you ever had. And let me just show one more example before I say this. You actually posted this one. With no living will, Chadwick Boseman's $2.3 million estate to be split amongst wife and parents. What they didn't say was that the lawyers got a lot of this money.
Yeah. The probate court, the lawyers. Court.
Yeah.
Yeah. They chopped up $2 million between the two of them. They had to fight. The wife is only getting 1.15 million. Okay. The family gets another 1.5 million to chop up between all of them. So they're getting peanuts after taxes. And well, depending on how it was set up or how they're going to receive the money, they may have a tax liability or may not, depending on that. I'm not sure about that part. It just depends on how they are accessing the funds and what they're using it for. But it's a nightmare, man. When when your loved one passes away, happened to me. Both my parents been gone. And I remember when my mom died, which was about 14 years ago, I hadn't gotten a chance to go up to Palm Bay, Florida, where she was living. There was nothing to give me, first of all. My dad was still alive. She died before my dad died. But I had family members bum rushing the house, people who don't even come around, taking stuff out of the house. Like, at least let me get some memorabilia. You know what I'm saying? I'm the firstborn.
Yeah.
And by the time I come around, man, everything was already, people were fighting over this memorabilia and that memorabilia, this doodad and this doodad. I'm like, wow, you guys are tripping hard, man. But again, there was nothing spelled out in any kind of will or testament to say, hey, I'm leaving this for my son, Billy. I'm leaving this for my son, Ronald, or whoever. And so it was just it was mayhem, literally, over just trinkets. Can you imagine when real money's involved? Come on. It's crazy, man.
Hey, family, I want everybody to listen closely. I've experienced a lot of death in my family within the last 15 years, whether it was uncles, my mother, or my grandmother. A good amount of family of mine left this realm. And not just my family, and friends and loved ones I know who family passed away. It's the ugliest thing in the world when somebody passes away and there's no will and the family starts fighting. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. I mean, it's a sad sight. I would never want to do that to my family, and I'm sure y'all would never want to do that to your family. But I mean, I've seen things I never thought I would see in my life, Billy.
Yeah.
I mean, family, you would think these people were good Christian people. They turn into wicked. I mean, just wicked. That money, man, listen, it gets crazy when somebody passes away.
It get crazy. And the thing about it is, a lot of the people come out of the woodwork. They weren't even around to begin with. They were never even coming through. They weren't spending no time. They weren't even calling. And then all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, here come these people like scavengers. You know what I'm saying? Just to scavenge out on whatever they can get their hands on. Then they'll even take you to court. A very good friend of mine, her father passed away, and for whatever reason, he did have a will, and for whatever reason, he left most of everything to her. And the brother got nothing. No reason, no specific reason why. But he got so pissed off. He hadn't been around in decades. He took her to court. Now they ran her through court, so she can't really grieve for her father. But that thing that protected her was that will. At the end of the day, the court said, no, listen, she got to get this. Now, if she want to break you off, she can do that. That's on her. But she don't have to give you anything. So a year later, after going to court and challenging, she ended up with all the money that she was supposed to get and all the assets she was supposed to get. But the only thing that protected her was that will and testament. Otherwise, who knows what could have happened in that whole situation. But and again, here's another loved one supposedly that if they just would have acted right, they probably could have gotten broken off. You know what I'm saying? Something. But man, it's like like you said though, Rich, when people die, man, it gets wild out here. The scavengers come out of the woodwork looking for every and anything. I remember when my dad passed away, I was paying the mortgage on my mom's house, and then my dad, after my mom passed away, my dad was there, but he was acting so crazy with all the drugs and alcohol. I said, "Look, man, I can't be taking care of no grown man." So his mortgage was only $300 a month, and so everything was fine. But when he passed away, and it was like, everybody started thinking about who's going to get the house. I don't want this house. Y'all can have everything. I don't need nothing. I'm gonna have to pay for this whole scenario with the with the funeral and everything else. I'll take care of that. After that, I wash my hands. But we got to do way better. The problem with a lot of people in the Black community and minority and smaller communities is that we don't think about death. We don't think it can happen to us, or we know it's going to happen. We don't think about the consequences when it does happen. And it's almost taboo to even talk about it, or even taboo to think about it. And all this taboo and this scare, acting like it ain't part of the natural cycle of life. Like it's just something we ain't supposed to talk about. We're not supposed to be a part of. And that's a big time no, because while we're doing that, everybody else is preparing their family and their loved ones for an inevitable situation that can happen either by accident, without notice, or can happen down the line. But there's so much stuff you can do between now and down the line if you do have been blessed enough to have an extended life, that building and setting yourself up the right way now can lead into great opportunities for building a legacy, utilizing something that's really left behind for the next generation, but you have access to now. So, man, it's just so much that we have to learn and do, and learn how to execute, put that real action behind it to make it become a reality, so that people don't keep sending me these GoFundMe links every single week. Please, do the GoFundMe link. So-and-so, my friend just died. So-and-so, can you please share this GoFundMe? I tell people, I'm not sharing any more GoFundMe links, man. Somebody got to cut off that too. I can't do it no more. We got to grow up, man.
That's tough love. That's tough love. That's tough love right there. So I feel you.
For real. I'm tired. I'm not doing it no more. No more GoFundMe links for dead people.
So, I mean, we hear about wills. We hear about trust. Are you gonna, for the workshop, what are you gonna discuss all of that? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, just what it means? Let me see. There's wills. There's trusts. What else are there?
Wills, testament, trusts. Okay, that's 3 things right there. Legacy fund. How to build the rules for your will and testament. How do you build the rules inside which wraps into the trust? How do you build the rules, and what rules are best for you? This is an important part that nobody really ever covers. You're not going to hear nobody talking about like what I talk about. I got rules and regulations. Money don't just show up in your account because I died. Okay, so we have to teach people how do you set this up? It's almost like for a woman setting up a birthing plan before she goes to the hospital. Like I set my daughter up with a complete birthing plan for my grandkids. So before she got, this is something she had to, I helped her write it out and discuss it with the doctor and the nurses. Like, hey, don't go off this list, because this better be, when we go back down the checklist, all this stuff better had happened. And so it's the same way with like setting up a will and testament. You got to have this checklist of things that need to be understood. And also, how do you make sure everybody in your family is on the same page that's supposed to be getting something? Like the way that I do it, everybody has to be at my house, and it's all recorded on video and audio as a backup.
Really
on
bad.
the cloud, one's on a hard copy in a fireproof safe. See, these things you don't be thinking about, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't play no games.
Yeah, man. Wow. Yo, I can't wait till January 7th, man. Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm just learning. I'm soaking up game. I advise all y'all to make sure y'all there January 7th. What's all right, Billy, let me talk to you about this. Because I know you're not going to give too much away, but in terms of life insurance, is there a particular life insurance, or like what's your thoughts about life insurance?
Well, you want a type of plan, predominantly called a whole life plan. There's a couple different types of whole life policies. A lot of people have term life. They give you that. That's like a junk throwaway plan. They give you that when you go get a job somewhere. It makes it look like you're getting a great benefit. It does come in handy if you do have an unexpected death and you do have a couple of beneficiaries. But if you're on that term life for 20, 30 years, it's just like car insurance. Does your car insurance company, is Geico going to call you up, Rich, and say, hey, thank you for giving us payments for 20 years. We're going to go ahead and give you 75% of this money back. They don't do that. So a term life policy is like pissing money in the wind, literally, like you pissing money in the wind. Every time you make that payment, there's nothing coming back from that. The money is just gone. The owners of those companies ran off with your money. They buying yachts and private jets, they and G7s, flexing around the world with your money, and you're still alive and you can't access none of the money. So you want a whole life policy, which is a compound interest savings account, something totally different. I'm going to bring all the plugs to the workshop, which ones I personally recommend, because some of them aren't that good. Some of the ones I personally recommend.
So you giving us the plugs the day of the workshop? You giving us the?
I'm giving you the plug.
I told the family you gave me the plug as far as the mortgage lender for the home I live in now. So I know you got a lot of plugs.
I got a lot of plugs.
I didn't. Okay, all right. So you coming with the?
I have amazing.
Billy's coming with the plugs, y'all. Billy,
I got amazing plugs. Listen,
man.
I got plugs like the plug I got you for that mortgage. I got plugs for mortgages, which is from the same entity. That if you have no tax returns, you haven't been filing taxes, or you're an independent contractor, you just been as long as you have a specific set of guidelines that you can meet, you can do a no income verification mortgage up to $4 million. I got now new deals for flipping properties. So if you want to invest, if you want to start buying properties, rehabbing them and flipping them, I got new deals. You can have a 550 credit score, which is horrible, and still get the property, still use their money to buy the house, fix it up. They give you enough money for the fix it up part, and then you flip it and take your profit out. So there's just so many plugs. I'm bringing all this stuff. I'm bringing all my financial plugs to the whole workshop. And listen, when you walk away from this workshop, there's no reason why you're not ready to set yourself up right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all want to know who's real excited for the plugs? Dr. B. You see, y'all think we just like promote it to y'all. We learn it from each other. Dr. B is hounding Billy Carson. Like, yo, I need you to give. I need it right now. Give me we behind the scenes, we giving each other like information about what's going down. It's serious, y'all. It's serious, man. But wow, man, that's interesting, man. In terms of, I seen somebody in the comments said whole life insurance is a scam. Why would somebody even say that? Why would somebody say
that's a person that's totally uneducated? Because right now, I'll give you an example how I use my whole life insurance policy, for example, while I'm still alive. I remember February 14th, 2021. It was my girl's birthday. And I was supposed to take her to Jamaica for her birthday. Her birthday's on Valentine's Day. She said she had never had a good birthday because, for whatever reason, birthday being on Valentine's Day, never been with anybody that was a true winner. Somebody that can really, treat a woman right. And then had a lot of bad situations happening when she was younger. So she never had a great birthday. I want to make a change, right? So we're going to go to Jamaica, have a great time at Secrets Resort. We get to the airport an hour early. They close the gate an hour early to go to Jamaica from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, JetBlue. It was a big thing. Everybody was going crazy at the airport, and there were no more flights. This is like the day before Valentine's Day or whatever. So I had all this elaborate stuff set up and planned, and now it's all going to be canceled. Some of that was non-refundable. I said, don't worry, we're going to Jamaica. She says, how? I said, I'm calling a charter company. We're going to charter a private jet. Now, how did I do this? Well, first and foremost, because I understand business financing and business credit, I have business cards with high limit credit. I'm going to teach you guys in the workshop how to build your business credit from zero to hero, and then how to use my exact links and my exact companies to go and get these lines of credit from. So I had a credit card that I built up through that same exact process that I'm going to teach in the workshop. I took that card. The jet was $20K. I used that card to pay the $20K to charter the jet so we could fly to Jamaica. We hop on a plane. The video of this is on my Instagram account. We fly to Jamaica. We having a great time in Jamaica. Private jet, we there, boom. The only delay we had was Cuba didn't send back the approval for flying over Cuba. So we had to fly around Cuba. Took us an extra 35, 40 minutes to fly around Cuba because we couldn't get the approval codes to fly over for the airspace. All right. But then what's the point I'm making here is, okay, I just took a huge chunk off my card. But now what I do, I contact my life insurance company. Hey, I need to lend myself $20,000. So I now lend myself $20,000 from my own bank, from my own policy while I'm still alive, and use that to pay the card back to zero before interest even gets put on the card. And now I pay back my bank, where my policy is located, in my own increments on my own time scale. And guess what? I did all this with no credit check. Even the card I used for the jet didn't have a credit check. So this is all the stuff I'm gonna teach people, man. How do you set yourself up for success? And how do you set yourself up to maneuver through this financial matrix? Because as you know, Ray, you already know me. I have all of this, and I'm bringing all these tools to the workshop, broken down step by step. You'll have PDF files to download. You'll have lists of things to do in step-by-step order, which I'll walk you through in the workshop. Plus, you'll be able to get access to all of this in an amazing ebook that you're going to get. This is just stuff that people don't usually give up all the plugs. They give you some of the stuff, and then they want you to pay for more later to get the rest. I'm giving you everything I got right here in this workshop.
And some people teach, but people don't come with their plugs.
No.
Plugs is different. To come with plugs, I didn't know. That's why I said, Billy, you come with the plugs? That's a whole nother level of just looking out for somebody. You coming with the plugs, like, wow, like, okay, so hey man, I didn't know, I know now. Dr. B somewhere sweating right now because he can't.
I got a whole package together for Dr. B. He's gonna be really happy.
Excellent, man, excellent. Oh man, let's I want to see what y'all, any questions. We'll probably be on here for about an hour tonight. We ain't gonna be here too long tonight. But wow, if y'all not amazed by this conversation, then I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm sure y'all got family. I'm sure y'all want to leave legacies behind. How much is the workshop? Is $150. The link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's also in the description of the video. Give me some questions. Give me some wow, man. I mean, and I told people before, I mean, and I'm not, there's nothing wrong. I want to you just use a comparison, but there's nothing wrong. There's a brother named Wall Street Trapper, and he charges. Oh, listen, Dr. B just text me. Y'all can't see it. Dr. B just text me. I told y'all, I swear I'm not lying, y'all. I'm not just saying this shit to say it to you. Y'all can't see it. Oh damn, y'all can't see it.
Dr. B, we got you. I see it.
To you, what it say? To you and Billy Carson. Y'all dropping it. He listening. Family. I swear, y'all think I'm joking. Yo, listen, man. Hey, I wish y'all do.
Dr. B's coming to my house for New Year's. He's coming to my New Year's Eve gathering. I don't call it a party because I'm a grown man. I don't party. I have gatherings, and it's only millionaires and billionaires allowed. And Dr. B will be there this New Year's. Yeah, I swear.
Yo, Billy, I tell you this before.
Listen, I can't bring anybody into my house. Millionaires and billionaires for these type of gatherings, because we're going to get together. We're going to have a good time, but we're also going to network. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to network. So millionaires and billionaires only.
Yo, Billy got that quiet cockiness, that quiet arrogance, that quiet swag. Yeah, Billy, he's quiet. You think he's just sitting there with his hands folded? Yo, this dude, he talks shit, man. You know how Dave Dash talk? Dave Dash talks shit like a Harlem dude. Billy talks shit a whole different type of way, in a prestigious way. He talks it in an elite way. Oh man,
you got to surround yourself with what you're aspiring to be. So in my inner circle, my inner circle is a dot, and so. I try to put myself in position at all times to be around people that's moving on that same frequency. That's into what I'm into. That's building legacy, like I'm building legacy, and with these people that I can connect with, and I can do big projects with. You know what I'm saying? I can go do a $20-30 million project with a small group of people like that. Whereas if it's just Pookie from around the way, I mean, there's really not too much I can do except lend them money. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But I'm doing something on different levels right now. I'm focusing on I'm on a whole nother trajectory. You know what I'm saying?
I see, man. Let's take this question here, Billy. Peace to y'all. How do I get help on how to take advantage of business loan or grant?
Oh man,
Peace.
that's a great question. Now, I'm glad he said the word grant in there because this is something you didn't know, Rich. I have the grant plug. I have the grant plug that will write the grant, process the grant, submit the grant, and get the grant approved. Now, grant writers, this is how you know a good grant writer, when they take a percentage on the back end. So I got the grant plugs. I've got the business loan scenario set up. I can show you from several different ways. I'm going to show you how to set up the company, build a company, business credit step by step, get the D&B number, which is very complicated for a lot of people to get that Dun & Bradstreet number. But I'm going to walk you through getting the Dun & Bradstreet number.
Say that again. Get that what number? Say that again.
Dun & Bradstreet. A Dun & Bradstreet number is like a business credit number. Your tax ID is a business credit number, that 9-digit tax ID number in the United States, but also your D&B number is also a business credit number. Some companies report to your D&B, some will report to your tax ID. So you have Experian business, Equifax business, and then you have the Dun & Bradstreet business. I'm going to show you how to set up a monitoring account to monitor all three of those in one location so you can see exactly what's going on where, how to set your company address up the proper way so it can be registered and put into the database, how to set your company phone number up a specific type of way so that it keeps you qualified for different types of assets that you can get access to. And then the step-by-step process, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 business financing. And by the time you get to tier 3, within 4 to 6 months, you'll be able to pull down business lines of credit and business credit cards with high limits without using your social security number. Everything that I got, including this 10,400 square foot house that I'm sitting in right now, is all through business. Okay. The secret for me is to, and for everyone should be, is to have everything, but own nothing. You control and have everything you want, but you own nothing. Okay. My cars, business leases. Why? Why do I lease a car? Well, because I'm going to get 100% credit on my taxes for the payment versus buying the car. Now I'm only going to get on a bought car, paid car that you actually own the car, you get a percentage of the depreciated value. But on a lease, on my Ghost, my Rolls Royce Ghost, the weight alone gives me $15K plus the payments I'm getting back. I don't pay for these cars, man. Come on, man. Why do you think people drive Range Rovers, the big Range Rover? Because of the body weight on the big Range Rover, it gives you a $15,000 tax credit. And they lease it so they get all that money back on their taxes.
The G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon as well. The big G-Wagon, you have to wait. And so there's a little tricks of the trade to do this and flex out here. But of course, you have to put yourself in a position to be able to get approved for the flex. And to do that, you need all my systems. You need all my plugs. And I'm going to break it down step by step by step. It's going to be so easy when I get done. And the beautiful thing is you can play it over and over again. You can rewind, press play, press play, and you'll be able to download a lot of this information in the ebook that I'm providing free during the workshop. And when you get done, you're going to be set up in a beautiful way. I'm going to show people how to get the house of their dreams without having to come up with all this down payment money and get approved for a mortgage. They don't even need good credit yet. I'm going to show you how to get the house of your dreams, okay? And literally within 3 months to a year and a half, be an owner of that property. It's going to be, I'm bringing all the plugs that people don't even know exist. I have. It's going to be amazing.
Wow. Oh man, I don't even know what to say after that, Billy. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. You must be in a good mood to be doing all of this, man. I didn't know. Man, and this is what I was going to say, Billy, and not to compare what we're doing with anybody else. There's a brother that, like a lot of brothers, like just one brother in particular, the Wall Street Trapper, amazing brother when it comes to the stocks and how to play the stock game. The brother has courses for like $2,000, and it's worth every penny of it. It's worth every single penny. So I would never say, well, his courses are more and this and that. It's worth every penny because he's going to teach you how to make 100,000, 500,000, a million, depending on your level of commitment. This course is $150. That's why I'm like, Billy, you bring in all your plugs. So for people to spend 150 and to have plugs that you are bringing to get them life insurance, cars, homes, business grants, business credit. I mean, like, woo, man, you pulling out all the stops, man. And then you bring in the esoteric information about and then Dr. B's coming with the subconscious like, what the fuck? Yeah. I know y'all. Oh man. Wow.
Listen, I'm gonna watch this thing up because I can't wait to see Dr. B's take on things. I can't wait to watch his. He wanted an extra hour. I can't wait to watch what he got planned because I know it's gonna be powerful for me. Because I love learning from everybody, as you already know, Rich. I learn just like you. I read everybody else's books. I watch all these courses. I study from everybody. I learn from everybody, man. I don't care if something costs $10,000. I'm buying it. I want to find out what they got. What are they talking about? What can I take out of this that I can add to my own database, you know? And I mean, listen, Wall Street Trapper, his prices are well worth it. I mean, that's too cheap. Listen, my personal mentor program called the Billy Club, it's only 40 people. It's $25,000 a year to be in my Billy Club. So, you know, his fees is, to me, I think he should be charging $15,000, $20,000. But the reason why I'm bringing this to this workshop, a lot of this stuff to this workshop, is because there's so many people out there that are just looking for the smallest window of opportunity to break free.
Yeah, you're right.
And they're hungry and they want this. They really, really want this now. People are really going, you know what, man? If I can just find a crack in the ice, I'm going to break through it. And I want to see those people win, man. It's time for us to really start standing up and start winning again and stop standing back off in the cut, watching everybody win and looking at this one win and that. And when is it going to be my turn? My turn going to come one day. My turn. I'm just waiting on my chance. No, let's take the chance now. You know, that's why I sold shares of my company, so I can bring people up with me. I didn't need to sell shares of Forbidden Knowledge. Forbidden Knowledge is already profitable. But what I want to do is give people an opportunity to take part in something that's going to explode. And so, you know, you got to, if we don't give ourselves and go back and give our people these opportunities, some people will never get a chance. They'll be sitting back, waiting, and then they die.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And the thing about the internet also, Billy, that's kind of, it could be a little overwhelming to people is because it's information overload. So you don't know where to go for information. You click on a video, you can watch a video for an hour and they won't say shit. Then you be like, oh man, I just spent an hour. I didn't learn nothing. Then you get discouraged and you're like, I'm not even, that happened to all of us.
I've done that
shit for an hour.
Bro, I wasted decades on YouTube looking for stuff. And I'd be like, when is he going to say about the such and such? And the dude never says such and such and such. It never comes out of his mouth. Bro, I'm like, oh my God.
So to get everything in like a confined course where it's like a concentrated course where it's like you're guaranteed to get everything. I mean, it's just the best. It's the best. Yeah. I want to ask you this question from somebody. I get this question a lot. They say, can we take part from the UK? And what they're asking is, Billy, the financial information you're given, does it work overseas as well as in America? A lot of people want to know that because there's a lot of people from overseas that's registered. Yeah.
Great question. I have a huge following in the UK. Shout out to the UK. I did a huge thing in Blackpool, Manchester, and London last year, beginning of this year actually was, and everything was sold out. My book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke, which is an American written-based financial literacy book, is a bestseller in the UK. Why? Because my same financial concepts here work over there. Fortunately, they work on, both sides are working on the same premises, the same basis. So everything is extremely similar. And a lot of the stuff that we're teaching here works over there just as well. A lot of the laws and rules that we're working with here came from there. So we're just a remix of what they already had, you see? So it definitely does work. So he won't have a problem at all. He or she won't have a problem at all.
Indeed. All right. Yeah. So y'all good to go. Also in Canada, I see. Yeah, Canada, good.
Australia, New Zealand, all those areas work just fine. Matter of fact, those are 3 more places. Look it up. Bestseller, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke, my financial book, which is 688 pages. You seen the book, Rich?
Yeah. I got
And
it.
so why would people be buying an American-based financial literacy book in those countries? Because the same thing applies over there as well. The same principles apply. It's just like once you make it, the recipe is the same recipe. If I lose everything tomorrow, I can get it all back again because I know the recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody in the chat saying with the Philippines. Yeah, the Philippines. Come on in. Come on. The Philippines is in the building.
Yeah.
Canada. How you say this name, Billy? I don't.
Oh,
Curacao. How you say
Curaçao.
that? Where's that
Curaçao.
at?
Curacao. That sounds like somewhere over there by Africa.
Okay.
So somewhere in the
Yeah. Yeah.
Caribbean
All of
somewhere.
y'all good. Yeah, we got the UK. The UK is good. All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. UK is
Somebody
up.
wants to know,
UK is great.
is this going to be similar info to your workshop on January 23rd?
I have one on the 29th. That's my Manifest Destiny workshop. That's more of that workshop is a lot more spiritual. I'm talking about quantum physics, quantum mechanics a lot more. I'm talking about spirituality a lot more. I'm talking about hermetic principles, but the true fundamental basis of how to bring things into reality, how to manifest, because not everybody wants or needs to manifest financial. Some people are just trying to manifest other things that they want to bring into their reality in this lifetime, and they want to manifest it. I'm going to teach people how it works, and we're going to go through real life manifesting techniques during the workshop. But it's about manifesting. It's about creating the best. Now, the two together is the best of both worlds because the two together is super powerful. I think anybody who comes to both is going to have a phenomenal lifetime. Forget 2023, a phenomenal lifetime with the knowledge and wealth of information that I'm giving.
Indeed. All right. Let me get rid of. It's unbelievable how trolls could still be in here.
Yeah, I know. Well, they got to have something to do, man.
Yeah.
We need them. We need them.
At least like the video, y'all.
We can't see the light. We can't see the light without them.
Indeed.
Yeah, they make the light shine so much brighter.
Rich, where can we get his book at? Your book, Billy. Where can they get your book at?
It's available on Amazon.com. It's also available on 4biddenknowledge.com with the number 4. So if you go to 4biddenknowledge.com, you can get it there, or Amazon.com. Either or, you'll be able to get the book. I got Compendium of the Emerald Tablets. Woke doesn't mean broke. Both books are bestsellers in 5 countries. The first book, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, Ancient Civilizations. Woke doesn't mean broke is financial literacy. And my new book is coming out in I think it goes on pre-sale tomorrow, The Epic of Humanity, co-written by myself and Matthew LaCroix, best-selling author Matthew LaCroix. I'm looking forward to putting it out tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we got people from all over the world in here tonight, Billy.
Man, listen, you're making an impact, Rich. That's you, man. That's you, brother.
I'm thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful. Everybody globally, shout out to y'all. Thank you for tuning in. This is, I take this serious. I'm dedicated to this. I dedicated my life to this level of information. So yeah, Haiti's in the building. Shout out to everybody all over the world. Yeah, everybody in the world who tunes in. Yeah, we just answered that in the UK. Yes, this workshop will work for people in the UK. If you're just tuning in, yes. If you want to, somebody asks, the price is $150 for the workshop. It's $9. Now, Billy, you might have to go over your time a little bit, man.
I'm going. I always do overtime, so that won't be a problem. Yeah, I always plan for overtime. So if I had only 4 hours, I knew I would end up doing 5 at least, because in every workshop we do, we always end up. Sometimes some of the ones we've done together, I've gone 2 hours over. Once I get in that groove, I'm in that flow state. I don't want to get up. I'd be asking me, y'all want me to stop? They'd be like, no. I'd be like, keep doing that.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. So this. Family, we starting at 11 now because Dr. B done said he want an extra hour, and we might not end till about 9, 10, and that's but don't worry, you're gonna have lifetime access to it. So if you can't sit for 9 hours, then don't worry. Y'all have the link, y'all have the video. You could go anytime. But wow, y'all need to watch. Wow, this is it right here. This is it right here.
We're going to give them probably 20-minute break to go to the bathroom, put some food down their throat. You know what I'm saying? So probably give them like a 20-25-minute break in between at some point. They can't go. Some people can't go 9-10 hours straight. I understand that. I might want to go use the restroom or something too. So we'll give them a small break in between as well. So they're not just, that guy stand up, stretch their legs out, walk around for a second, and then come back. But yeah, you can replay it over and over again, so you don't have to worry about missing anything.
Indeed, indeed. When is the last day of sales? They want to know.
I think it's the last day of the event, of the day before we start the
The day
event,
before,
right?
yeah, January 6th, I believe,
Yeah,
family.
right.
I believe it's January 6th. January
Yeah.
or yeah, I think it's January 6th. But like I said, family, you don't want to wait to the last. If you got to, you got to, but it's advisable to get your ticket as soon as possible to lock it in.
Right.
It's very
It's all about
advisable.
what you want to sacrifice for you, for the knowledge and for the opportunity that's before you. You know, if some of us, we always think that we just don't have the funds until we break down things that we don't need. Like maybe instead of getting 3 Uber Eats this week, I'll actually cook some food. You know what I'm saying? That's probably $200 right there. That Uber Eats and that DoorDash is $1 million. Them people, those companies are eating big time. I mean, those fees. People who live solely on DoorDash and Uber Eats, man, they don't realize how much money they're spending. It's a lot of money going out the door just by stopping that. You want to save up for something, just don't eat Uber Eats or DoorDash for 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden you got the money for whatever you need.
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fees. Then the tip, the all types of stuff when it comes to these ordering
A lot of money.
companies. Yeah. Let's get some more questions. Wow, this is what does this say? I can't watch live, but can I purchase class? And yes, I just said that. Yes, you
Yeah.
could watch. Yeah, you could buy the class and just watch it whenever you want. Lifetime access,
Mhm.
family.
Absolutely. And Rich, you'll have your own copy of the video as well on a stream link or Dropbox link, just in case somebody's having some kind of problem. They can't watch it on the link from Eventbrite. You'll be able to send them a link. Your customer service team will be able to get them a link where they can download it. Whatever we need, we'll have it.
Yeah, we'll make sure everybody good. Somebody said, where do we go to reserve my ticket? The link is it's pinned at the top of this chat. It's also in the description of the video, and I'm posting it right now. It's all over the place, family. It's literally all over the place. I'm posting it right now, family, but it's pinned at the top of the chat. So I don't want nobody to say they couldn't find a link. It's literally all over the place. All right. And this is going to be this is going to be on your website. It's going to be on your web. They have to go. They buy the ticket on Eventbrite, but the actual live stream, they go to Forbidden Knowledge to see the live stream.
Eventbrite created a lot, works directly with me. So they created a special link just for this, for the people who bought the ticket. They don't have to subscribe. They don't have to pay any money to me for the subscription service to watch it. It's just hosted on my TV network.
Just hosted, right? Okay.
Just hosted, but it's as long as you pay through Eventbrite, you go right in. Matter of fact, on the Eventbrite page, the day of the event, there's this thing that says enter the stream, the live stream, because right now it's live, and so it ties right in. It's all linked into Eventbrite. They can click on that and go right in and start watching with no problem whatsoever. And they'll also be emailed the link for the replay, so they'll be able to go back and watch it over and over again, and it won't cost them any extra money.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, let's get to some more questions. Let's see, what is y'all talking about? And let's see, let's get rid of that. All right. Any more tickets? Shout to everybody who got tickets. I see y'all in the chat. What is a good age to start financial literacy with my children?
Man, that's a great question. So from my personal perspective and what I found with my family, I start as soon as they're able to start, understanding that money can buy things. So I started with them from a very early age, understanding, okay, it's time for your allowance. Even if it's something as simple like, I remember one of my kids was 5 years old and they knew that money pays for things. So they wanted to get some candy or something at the store. Okay, well, if you want to get that, you got to do this. Pick up all your blocks and put the blocks back inside the toy box and put this. I'm going to show you once, and then you got to do it yourself and get them doing that. Now they know, okay, if I do this energy exchange, if I do this, I'm going to get a couple of pennies in my hand, coins in my hand. Those coins are going to get me that bubble gum or candy or whatever it is, lollipop, or whatever they wanted. And so I started like that, just showing them how the energy exchange system works to acquire things in life. As they get older, I teach you literally how all the financial things work. Like I didn't learn how to write a check in high school. They never taught us how to fill out a check. Now I know people don't hardly use checks anymore these days, but you still checks, they come in handy for specific reasons. But I taught them back then all things about banking, checking, how it works. Gave them bank accounts when they were in middle school. Okay, everybody had a bank account. Now you got to learn how to operate from that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of using money in a piggy bank, you got to operate. Now you're bigger. Now you're older. Now let me show you how to balance your books. Make sure you don't go over this amount because you don't want these fees to come out. If they hit you for these fees, that means you've been overdrawn. All this kind of stuff. So I just start with the kids. I mean, from the age of 5 all the way up, they've been learning nonstop. Some take on to it and keep the tradition of learning going, and some, you know, they're a little bit more lazy and laid back and kind of really don't care. But guess what? I did my job. So like I tell my kids, at the end of the day, I sleep like a brand new embryo inside the womb because I did my job the right way. So it's on you. You had the knowledge, you had the information. It was up to you to execute on it. And so as long as you do that, you're fine.
Excellent. Excellent. Somebody's asking, just a former software engineer, can I learn from this content? Is it very advanced?
So anyone who's seen my teaching before, they know that I break things down to the most simplistic forms. And so that's why I've become so famous, really, is because of my teaching technique. My technique and my style of teaching, it breaks things down and makes it very easy to understand. Not because I think people are dumb, it's just because we all have different gifts and talents in life. And things that may seem hard to you may be easy for me and vice versa. So I find ways to break things down and make it easy for people to understand, and a step-by-step process. And I make it, I make things seem so matter of fact, like, oh, this is how it works. Oh, okay. And so if this is that, and this is that, this is what happens here. So I kind of really break things down in a simplistic way that gives everyone an opportunity to really understand exactly what I'm saying. And because I'll be providing an ebook with a lot of stuff too, that also helps. So yes, you can definitely tune in, tap in, learn, and execute based on what I'm teaching.
Yeah, for those who didn't see the first show Billy and Dr. B Serious did together, another thing that y'all will get that is absolutely amazing, and I think that's fantastic for this workshop, you will get an ebook for each section of the workshop. So when Dr. B starts out in his 5 hours, you're going to have an ebook to go along with his talking points. You will also, when Billy starts and he talks for his 5 hours or whatever, you will have an ebook to go along with that. The ebook will be sent to everybody during the workshop. So it's going to listen. I mean, wow. Yeah, y'all getting a lot. Let me, this is a good question. Billy, your thoughts on a soon market crash, BTC flash crash?
Okay, good question. You know, the markets are driven by emotion. And so the people that are high up, they want to see a crash because they want to buy things up dirt cheap. And this is where people, the masses, fall for the trick all the time. So this is a great question, because what happens is they keep the hype going in the news. The propaganda was propaganda. They force things to crash. They create the crash by telling people subconsciously the crash is coming. And then people get emotionally fearful in their trading habits, and they start withdrawing and holding back more. They start pulling money out of this and pulling money out of that. And all of a sudden they actually create the crash. So the people at the top that have the big whales that want to scoop everything up for pennies, what they do is they spend millions of dollars putting out propaganda to make everybody afraid. And then they scoop it all up when everybody's fear takes over the market. And then they just snatch everything up, buy it for pennies. And then, oh man, this is the greatest market in history. Everything goes back up again. And then they get all that money on the upswing. So we as the masses have to stop falling for that. I really don't believe that there's a big market crash coming. A market crash has already happened, and it keeps going up and it keeps coming down. It keeps going. I think that you're going to see a gradual uptick slowly, not up to where it was right before the sickness happened. But I think you're going to see a very slow up and down movement as we kind of maybe come to some type of stabilization. Why do I think this? It's election time. Okay. It's election time. So what does that tell you? Nobody wants to see crashing markets when they're trying to get reelected. You know what I'm saying? So none of these congressmen and senators and presidents, they don't want to be in a position to be like, oh, this happened on my watch. So they want to make it look like everything is going good. You're going to see unemployment rates changing. You're going to see all this stuff getting better miraculously. Gasoline prices are going to start going down all of a sudden like magic. Because why? It's time for the election. So I don't see it coming anytime soon. I think there's a lot of great opportunities. And in my workshop, part of the class, I'm going to teach you about the crypto market. I'm going to teach you how to be your own bank in 3 different ways. One of the ways is by funding liquidity pools, not by buying crypto and trying to find out when it goes up and down and selling it, not by buying it and hoarding it and waiting for it to be worth $1 trillion, by actually funding liquidity pools in crypto markets. I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. The other way is how to actually create.
You talking about that during our workshop?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta, I gotta put that in the description. I didn't know that. I gotta,
yeah.
I'm gonna text me that later on. Funding liquidity.
Definitely.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Damn, Billy.
Come on, I'm bringing the knowledge, man. I'm bringing the gnosis.
Man.
I'm gonna teach you how to create your own bank, like literally create your own bank, like how to meet the FDIC requirements, how to obtain a bank charter, and how to create supportive partnerships. So if you want to create your own actual bank, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Some people have the wherewithal and the means to do it. I'm going to give you that. And the other way is how to become your own bank through policies. And so I'm going to teach you how to do it. So 3 different ways to become your own bank.
Well,
I'm going to teach you all 3 ways during the workshop.
Wait, hold up. You're going to teach them how to become your bank through life insurance policies? That's how that works?
Life insurance policies, become your own bank. How to become a bank by funding liquidity pools and earning on the interest marks every single day, or how to actually create an actual bank, like create an online bank, like, any other bank that you would go to, and have it all run all through a website. So there's 3 different ways to be a banker. I'm gonna show people how you can do it.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I'll say, man. Wow. Damn, I've seen a couple of good questions. I want to fit them in before we get out of here. People are asking about your thoughts on blockchain technology and the future of it. Is it profitable in the short and long term?
I think that the profitable right now in DeFi. I'm actually making money in DeFi right now. So, DeFi is a part that's really not connected to the mainstream system, to the fiat currency system. And so that is where I have some plugs I'm bringing to this workshop that I'm going to connect you guys with. And you'll be able to set up a free appointment to get a complete analysis of everything that you want to learn about DeFi, get taught some information about it, and actually be able to set up your own liquidity pools. So fund liquidity pools and start making money on your own money right away. So how to put your money into a ledger. So I think that crypto is profitable now. Some people, the mindset is thinking, oh, Bitcoin went down, Ethereum went down, this and that went down. There's no money to be made right now. Actually, you can make money on the rise and fall of crypto if you invest it into liquidity pools, not worried about buying the crypto coin itself and sitting on it. I'm going to teach this in the workshop, and I have the plugs that I'm bringing with me that's going to walk you through, that's going to take your hand and literally walk you through it step by step, one step at a time. Literally.
Damn, man. Let's hurry up and get to some more questions. Wow. Once again, family, the link for the workshop is at the top of the chat. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Let's get to the next question. Billy, will this help an established small business that's a sole proprietor to build into an LLC?
Okay, so good question. I recommend you definitely do build a sole proprietorship into an LLC. Now, building it up into an LLC is a little bit of a misnomer. What I would do is I would just file for an LLC, because with a limited liability corporation, you have a great tax benefit there versus doing it as a sole proprietor. So with the LLC, you get a lot more protection. Plus, you only have to file taxes one time, because you're allowed to take income out of the company, but still only file taxes for the company. And then you have the limited liability, which means if something goes wrong or some crazy thing happens in business, they can take nothing from you personally. They can only sue the business directly. And then so you just start another company. You know what I'm saying? Follow the Donald Trump method. So, but I'm going to show you all that stuff too. Why is the LLC more important? for certain people? Why is the S Corp important for some people? What are the tax benefits of an S Corp? Why is a C Corp important for some people? If you're trying to build a company that's going to go into a Reg CF or Reg A plus, maybe even uplist to NASDAQ. I'm going to go over all this in the workshop. But yes, I'll be able to teach you how to create the LLC the right way and why it's better than a sole proprietorship.
Will knowing about your straw man help in getting financial freedom?
Good question. Now, some people might not like this, but I don't believe in the straw man system. Just because I know about 4 people now that are doing prison time off of the straw man. So that stuff, I kind of stay away from it. I don't want to have anything to do with it, just because some people have gotten completely cased up, with the Moore documents and the straw man documents. And, even with the Moore doc, I know 5 people right now that are locked up. So it's just, I stay away from that stuff. There's so many more ways to make money. I mean, there's just so many ways to do it that we don't even need to tap into that stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that got jammed up with the documents and the straw man and the what do you call that? The forget what they got a name for it that they tell everybody. The UCC.
Yeah, the UCC,
I know a lot of people that got
situation, all that stuff. They got jammed up pretty bad, man. I stay away from all that stuff.
And I'm not trying to come at anybody who teaches it. I just know personally a lot of people got jammed up. Maybe we haven't met the right person yet, but I would just advise the family to be careful when you navigate the system that way.
Right.
So
there could be somebody doing it great or right.
Yeah,
I just haven't met that person.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so there could be people out there doing it and know what they're doing. I haven't come across that yet.
Next question. So you don't believe there will be any transfer of wealth back to the indigenous tribes from whom everything has been taken?
We're in the transfer of wealth process right now. That's what this workshop is all about. We're not waiting for them to give us the money. We're going to go and take the money. We're not waiting. I'm not sitting around going, I'm waiting for my reparations now. Come on, y'all. When y'all going to give me my reparations, boss? I ain't doing that. What I tell you, Rich, what do I tell you all the time? Everyone's money, everyone has my money in their pocket. And it's my job to extract it.
Yeah.
Is that not what I tell you all the time, Rich?
Yeah.
I don't sit around waiting for money to show up. I go take the money by doing energy exchange and helping people and finding innovative ways to be creative in this matrix. And so the indigenous people, we're all earn your leisure. It's good evidence of it. We're waking up to the financial realities. And now we're finding out that just having knowledge of this stuff means nothing. It's applied knowledge that adds power. And when you apply the knowledge, you take back what's yours. And that's what we're doing right now.
When you apply knowledge, you take back what's yours. Excellent. Shout out to everybody who's out there teaching financial literacy. Yeah. Wow, this is a hell of a time that we are living in, family. Some paradigm shifting times. So yeah, shout out to everybody. We're going to take about 2 more questions, then we're going to get out of here, family. I want to thank everybody. We got over 2,000 people in the building. Thank you to everybody who listened. I know this affected. I know even the trolls were affected. I know everybody was affected. This touched everybody's heart tonight because everybody know shit got to change when it comes to this money thing, and we got to wake up from all the lies we've been told. And everybody know Billy know what he's talking about. We when you talk to someone, you can see somebody who got their shit together. He ain't here trying to teach y'all, and he ain't got his shit together. No, and y'all know I use his plugs a lot of y'all know. So yeah, this is pure love radiating. Yeah, this is pure love radiating. That's exactly what this is.
It's time. Yeah. Listen, for me, the proof is in the pudding. I have the receipts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have the receipt. And truth be told, I don't need to even do this. I don't need to be doing workshops. I don't need to be doing all these lectures around the world and going and doing. I don't have to do any teaching. There's so many ways for me to make money that I don't even need to do any of this stuff. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. That's why I do it. I actually love doing this kind of stuff. But there's so many aspects of my businesses that don't require me to even be in front of people, talking to people. I can be behind the scenes. Nobody will even know who I am. And I'll still be making just as much, maybe even more than I do now. So, it's something that I'm passionate about. And I love it. I love the teaching aspect. I love seeing people. I love getting all the messages. I love all the testimonials of people saying, hey, man, I did this and did that. Like the other day, somebody was posting on one of my he commented on one of my posts that they use my thinking methods to get off of drugs. And then somebody else commented, I use your thinking methods to get off of drugs. And somebody else commented, I use your drinking. This is the kind of stuff I want to see. It's all about, man, how can I affect and change the world in a positive way through my conscious thoughts and actions and bring my knowledge and wisdom to people? I'm passionate about it, man. So this is what I love to do.
Excellent, man. Somebody wants to know, do you support student loan forgiveness?
I support all loan forgiveness. If you want, because I think everybody should stop paying loans. And if we all stop paying loans at the same time, loans wouldn't exist anymore. And we stop paying the mortgage payments and everything all at once, car payments all at once. They can't take all the houses and cars at the same day. But we're not on that level yet. So since we ain't on the level yet, the problem we have with the student loan forgiveness program is that president, it's all a propaganda trick. Biden, we're gonna erase the student loans and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, he don't have the power to do that. Come on, man. Why are you tricking these people? Every state has control over their own budget. People don't understand. Like every state is its own United States, right? It's its own country almost. And every state, every governor can control whatever the hell they want to control in their own state. And the president, they can just pimp slap the president and say, man, get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? And so when he said that, and when they started talking about this, that's all hype for election time. But the true reality is they're not going to erase anybody's student loan debt. I'm all for erasing the debt completely, but I do have some tricks in my book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke, to help you eliminate that student loan debt off your credit report and also reduce an existing student loan debt down to pennies on the dollar. That's in my book, Woke Doesn't Mean Broke.
Excellent. Yes, he did. She says, no more poor righteous teachers. Folks need to make money. Yes, he did. Yes, definitely.
For real. No more of that, man. No more, the terminology they use is broke hotep. I don't want that. I don't want that name. I don't want that name. I don't want to be riding around on a bicycle with holes in my shoes and pants and smelling like a bum and trying to tell people how powerful they are. I want to show the power. These people, these European people and all these people that came and took over all these indigenous lands around the world and then subjugated us and built all these high rises and buildings and hotels and corporations off of the sweat of our backs. They went on ahead and made their heaven here now. And they tricked us into thinking we're going to die so we can live. We can live later after we die. After we die, we can hope we make it to paradise. I'm saying, listen, man, I'm going to live now in this third dimension, in this avatar body. And then when this is over, I'm going to come back in another dimension or somewhere else. I'm going to live again. And my goal is every time I come back to live my best life in any dimension, in any ethereal form, if I'm in a corporeal body, if I'm in an energetic body, wherever I am, my ultimate goal is to live my best life no matter where I am.
Even if you a cat, you want to come back.
If I'm a rock, I'm going to be the best damn rock on the doggone shoreline.
Shit, man. I hear that, man. I hear that. And family, I don't want y'all to think, this channel is y'all know we deal with heavy metaphysics on this channel. You don't have to pick between spirituality or financial literacy. We've had that either or mentality for too long, and it doesn't have to be either this or that. You could be financial literate and spiritual as you want to be. Don't think you have to pick between the two. It's not. That's such a childish, infantile way of thinking. And there's teachers out there that's actually teaching that right now. Like, we got to be concentrating only on this. The world's gonna end. So we just need to no, family. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. It don't work like Billy. I was talking to Blueprint. Yeah, go
ahead. What you gonna say?
No, good. I don't want you to forget. Good.
I was gonna say one thing on that point, what you just said, because it's powerful. Everybody is preaching this broke mindset and just focus on this and focus on this and don't worry about this. Because this is going to come because it's the end of days. This end of days teaching it's gotten so much bigger now. I see it everywhere. There is no end of days. This is not even close to the worst time it's been on this planet. And if you think it is, and you haven't studied your history, because we had the Black Plague, which almost wiped out humanity, the bubonic plague, which almost wiped out humanity. We had the papal inquisitions, which for over 700 years, the Roman Empire went from continent to continent, killing off all the indigenous people. They killed over 80 million people to bring Christianity around the world. Christianity was not spread by love and light. It was spread by torture, rape, killing, and murder and theft. Okay? That's a fact. Look it up.
You ever seen some of the weapons they use?
Oh my God, the torture weapons are crazy. The Pope's spear. It was this thing shaped like this. They would put it inside of a woman's vagina, and then it would be spring-loaded. It would explode inside the vagina. They had this other thing that looked like a pyramid with a spire on top, sharp spire, and they would tie a guy up like this and reel him all the way up in a tree and then bring him down on top of the thing, let it go up into his anus until he died. I mean, all these crazy, and they have these things in museums in Italy. You can go to Italy and look at these crazy tools of murder in Italy. And so then you have the American Holocaust, where they came from Spain and all over Europe, UK area, but when they called it UK back then, they came here and they killed over 111 million indigenous natives in the Americas. And so that's the American Holocaust. And I had a video on this. I went down every single war against the indigenous tribes, and every single war, every single year, over 70 years, 111 million killed. Now, today is 2022, almost 2023. With those kind of death numbers back then, if that was happening right now, we would see 3, 4 million, 5 million people a day dropping dead from murder and killing or whatever. We don't have those numbers. Those numbers don't even exist. So what does that tell me? We are not even close to the end of days. We're actually in the best of days right now. This is the best time to be alive. We're literally heading into the best of days, not even close to the end of it. So all those end of day preachings and teachings, toss that crap out the window because we're not even close.
Yeah, I actually I fell for that about 15 years ago. Young man. I'm probably I don't know. Probably when I was probably about 20, 21 years old, Billy. I got caught up in thinking the world was going to come to an end, and I checked out of life. Like, you just check out and you think you could just, this shit gonna be a wrap any day now. Then one day I was just like, wait a minute. This shit ain't going to end. I'm watching CNN, waiting for something to showdown to happen, George Bush and whoever. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm wasting my time. Rich, if you don't get up off your ass and stop playing. So, man, I'm telling you, man, don't fall for that, family. Make this shit happen. If it's in your heart, follow what's in your heart. If it's in your heart to do it, whatever's in your heart. And I know if you're honest with yourself, it's in your heart to be the best version of yourself. And usually the best version of yourself is getting out there and getting it the way you know how to do it, or doing what you're passionate about. I'm doing what I'm passionate about. Billy's doing what he's passionate about. We all deserve to do what we are passionate about, family. So that's what this is about. And I just one more question I want to let me
saying something about Blue Pill had said something.
No, you answered already. Me and Blue Pill was talking about that. We both got caught up in that, the whole end of days thing, and we thinking the world is going to come to an end. So
I went through it too. Rich. In 2010, I think I went through it. I call it catastrophism. I made up my own word, catastrophism. I went through it. Everybody goes through this phase of awakening, and one of the stages you're going to hit to, everyone hits the catastrophism stage, and some people get stuck there, but you got to pass through it.
No, definitely. Let me ask this quick one right here. Billy, can you use debt to build credits?
Oh, that's how you use. That's what I do. I use debt to build credit all the time. I use debt to make money. I'm going to show you how to use debt to finance yourself and build a business and create liquidity pools and build business credit, open companies, buy inventory, all of that. Yep, absolutely. That's exactly how you do it. It's called OPM, other people's money. That's what we're gonna be teaching.
Excellent.
Oh yeah,
excellent.
Come on, I got the answers, man.
I see. Somebody says, "How come you can't take the money when you die? Only thing going is your soul."
It's not about. We already know that you're not gonna take the money with you, but that's not the relevant situation. The relevant situation is what can you do here and now to impact other people's lives. If we're all still walking around here, poor, broke, suffering financially, can't pay this, can't pay that, can barely keep the cell phone on to watch this live video right now. How in the hell are we going to bless anybody, yet alone our own initial family bloodline? How are we going to bless them, and then beyond them? Like, you know, if I go out in the street right now, I say to myself, I want to help people. I help people in a massive way. If you look up my track record to date, I've helped raise and give away over $12 million to people in need. I can't do that if I'm destitute. I can't do that if I'm financially strapped. When you're financially strapped and you're destitute and you're struggling and thinking about when the next dollar's coming, you can't even see past the next week. People are literally living day to day. Forget paycheck to paycheck. They live in day to day now. We have to break that mentality. We have to break through that. It's not about, I got to have all this money so I can, because I'm going to take it, you know, with me to the next life and blah, blah, blah. No, what it's about is, what legacy are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind for your future generations and people that you're going to help and assist? Put together a foundation that's set up to help people in an area that you're passionate about, whether it's kids that have been left for adoption, whether it's homeless people, whether it's single mothers that have been abused, whatever it is. But how can you begin to create the financial means to help people on a massive scale? Also, the next thing is, the second part to this is, if we are all broke and destitute, we can't come together and build anything. We can't take back what's ours. All we can do is sit back and watch them maneuver and utilize all the resources while we don't play in any of it. And so we have to understand, if we want to take back control of anything we have on this planet, it's going to take financial means to get to that level. People have to, whether it's buying land, real estate, houses, investing into businesses, whatever it takes to set future generations up so that they don't have to continue to start from -0 every single time. I started from -0. I had to go sell broken toys door to door to create a couple of dollars in my hands so I can buy something from the ice cream truck. That's -0. I'm fortunate I was able to see that, wow, that changed something inside of me. So now I know how to make money. So the next opportunity I get, I'm going to save money, and then I'm going to take that money and use it for something else. And that's how I built my first business when I was 12 years old. But the average kid at 12 years old, they still don't know how to tie their shoe right. They still walk around with loose shoestrings in the schoolhouse. So we have to be able to help set them up. We got to give them a leg up, a head start in some kind of way. And to do that, we got to teach them how to navigate the spiritual matrix and the financial matrix. Period.
Definitely. I just got me some sound bowls. They cost a good $1, y'all. I wanted some good sound bowls, but they cost a good $1. Now, if I ain't have nothing, I wouldn't be able to get them. I got I'm a musician, so I got them it's the musical octave. It's C, D, E, F. So
nice.
It's real nice.
Yeah.
So I could play music with them and everything. It's real good. It's real good.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet. You can create a nice tune and drop it into a loop.
Oh yeah, you got it. See,
on the track.
You know what I'm talking about. You know. Let me this is a good question, and I definitely want you to answer this for the person. How can I stay positive and motivated when I'm surrounded by negativity?
Man, that's a great question, because so many of us are surrounded by negativity every single day, and those negative people will have the power to bring you down, bring your frequency down. And so there's a whole science behind that, which we don't have time to go to on this question. However, what you have to understand is that you are in control of your own reality. So no matter how negative people are around you all day long, you have the most powerful thing connected to your body, which is called your mouth and your vocal cords. And you have the capability of speaking your own happiness into existence by literally talking out loud. I don't even care who hears you. Talking out loud to yourself, about yourself, reaffirming yourself, saying, I'm great, I'm phenomenal, I'm happy, this is going to be a great day, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to accomplish. I do it all the time. I remember one of my kids was asking me, you talk to yourself all the time. Why do you do that? I said, because listen, if you see me talking to myself, I'm getting expert advice. That's why. And so I talk to myself nonstop all day long, out loud, so my cells in my body can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is put out your own frequency into the universe through your own vocal cords, create your own cymatic frequencies that will re-energize and revigorate your own body. And that's what you got to do, man. You got to ignore these people and just keep creating that positive energy, that positive vibe, and look to See the light at the end of the tunnel. Look to the future. Where are you going? And collapse that reality into existence through conscious thought and actions.
Excellent, excellent. Man, I want to end it, y'all. Y'all keep asking some questions. I'm gonna take one more question, then we're gonna get out of here. Shout out to everybody who bought tickets during the show. I see y'all in my email. A lot of y'all bought tickets during the show, man. Shout out to all of y'all. And if y'all are tuning in late, in the beginning, I said that everybody who buys tickets today and who already bought tickets, y'all get a customer service number emailed to you tonight from Eventbrite. And if you have any questions or any technical difficulties before the workshop, or any questions or whatever, you just call that number. But I know it's better to talk to a human person than it is to email. So this is why I'm getting everybody this time a human to talk to. Sometimes it may be me, sometimes it may be staff, but people will have the number. They keep asking, is Egypt sold out? Your tour, your Egypt tour, is it sold out, Billy?
No, it's the 10-day tour is half sold out, and then I just added, because I know it's going to sell out so fast, I added another 4-day tour behind that. So there's 2 tours for Egypt. You can go to 4billionknowledge.com with the number 4billionknowledge.com, and go to the top nav bar and look for the trips. One is a forbidden tour of Egypt, and the other one is another one that's there as well, but it's only a 4-day. So one's 10-day, one's 4-day. And I just added a Cambodia tour, which is going to be in November. So I think Cambodia's only got 8 spots left for Cambodia. Going to go to Angkor Wat, hiking through the jungles to other ancient temple sites. It's going to be a spiritual experience. It's going to be phenomenal. Hiking up Kulin Mountain to a 90-meter waterfall, swimming with the monks. It's going to be a mind-blowing trip. So go to Forbidden Knowledge. You can find all my tours there.
Indeed, indeed. Yo, let me show you something real quick, Billy. That
we got to get you on one of these tours, Rich.
Yeah, I know. I gotta make it. Wait, hold on. Let me pause this. Let me hold up.
I had Havoc from Mobb Deep on my last tour to Egypt, man.
Yeah,
we were on the Nile cruise.
Damn, I want to see if no, it's not going to show clear. I want to show you something from I was telling you about this documentary, Africans in Asia, and it's like they took pictures of the monuments over there, and it's phenomenal, man. It's amazing. So I know the people are going to love that. They're going to love that tour. And if anybody want to see, it's called African in Asia by Eugene Adams. It's an old documentary. I'm gonna send you the link, Billy, so you can check it out.
Sweet.
But yeah, man. Anything you want to tell the people before we close out, Billy? I mean,
man, I just say, listen, just be ready. Have your thinking cap on. Be ready to learn. Have an open mind. Be ready to receive the information, or not only to receive the information, then be ready then to put the action. Because, like I always say, knowledge is not power. People say that all the time. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. Because I know somebody who had the capability of memorizing every book they ever read. Okay. And he died. He was autistic. He died. But I mean, think about it. You can remember every single book of everything you've ever read, every single line, every letter, every word, every sentence, and recall it instantly. But guess what? He didn't know how to apply the knowledge. He only had the database. Knowledge doesn't mean anything unless you know how to apply knowledge. We're teaching you how to apply the knowledge, which means you're going to put action out with energy exchange, and then you will get a result. So only the application of knowledge is really power. Knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is power. And so we're going to teach you how to follow through and actually execute what you've learned, and then make it duplicatable so you can teach it to somebody else. And then now you're going to see massive change on the planet. That's what it's all about. So I want to see everybody there at the workshop. Make sure you click the link inside the comments on this or underneath this video and sign up ASAP, because space is limited. We only have a certain amount of space for the bandwidth, and we'll have to cut it off at some point. But please, don't let the opportunity pass by. We can only open the door. You have to walk through it alone.
Yeah, we got somebody in the chat from Austria in Europe.
Oh, wow.
It's 5:04 in the morning over there. They said they're eating breakfast and watching, Billy.
Amazing.
Isn't that? I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I swear this is going to be the last question. I swear, Billy, because this is a little interesting. But we love y'all so much. We go, I'm gonna just ask this last one. Then we're gonna get out of here. Feminine energy is naturally abundant. Is thinking about money necessary for women, or just to naturally be in a receptive energy?
Well, that's a good question, Bree. And so I would say both. The one thing is you have to understand that the way society is set up, a female needs to be independent, but not necessarily independent, so much independent that she doesn't rely on a better half, whether it's a man or a woman these days, right? To assist and help out. But the thing is, if you're not a person that can be independent, that hasn't been able to set something up for yourself, passive income or whatever type of income stream you need, because guess what? The second person or the partner is never guaranteed. That partner, God forbid, can go get hit by a car, can get a disease, can be disabled, and then all of a sudden, it's on you again. So I think it's really, I drive this into my daughters because I'm trying, listen, at any moment, their partners can have a situation. It will be unfortunate, but it can happen because guess what? It's called life. And they need to be in a position, like I keep telling them, to where they can do everything on their own and not rely on anybody else. If you have somebody else that comes in that assists and helps, congratulations. But you still have to be able to maintain on your own. So you need passive income. And so I think it's very important. Now, naturally, feminine energy naturally does attract, in my opinion, financial assistance and financial aid. I mean, that's just the way it's set up. I ain't gonna make up and act like it's not. But what happens if that situation dries up? So you always want to be in a position where you don't have to rely on anyone, accept help and assistance and abundance from the outside, but always know that you can tap into your own resource and keep yourself afloat on your own.
Indeed. Definitely excellent answer. That feminine energy is definitely important. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in tonight. Brother Rich, Billy Carson is going down January 7th. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's also in the description. Besides that, family, y'all take care of yourselves. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you with who, but I'll probably be back again on here live tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But wow, what an incredible show. Better than I even thought it was going to be. Billy, you got me so excited. You got Dr. B texting me the whole time. You got other people texting me. You got people you don't even know. I'm going to respond to all of y'all in a while. Just be patient. But wow, what a show. You went off tonight, Billy. You went off, brother. I didn't know you was bringing all of this. You brought it all tonight, brother. You left it all out there, brother. Thank you so much for this, my brother.
No problem, brother.
You've been nothing but great to this community. And with that being said, we getting out of here, family. Peace.